right, I think we are live. Perfect. Okay. So, hi everyone. This was a spur of the moment live. I had a half hour this afternoon, and I wanted to take advantage and just pop on here and see how everyone's doing during this crazy time. Obviously, it's not fun for anyone. So, I do have a couple like supplements or remedies that I want to show you that have been helping myself and my family just kind of navigate this crazy time as far as like our mood goes, mainly in our energy and our sleep. um, Hi, thanks for joining. I do want to just do this live more as like a Q&A. So any questions you guys have, just comment them down below and I will get to everyone. I'm going to hopefully be on here for about 25 minutes. But between that, I do have a couple things I want to show you guys. And before I do any of this, I just want to ask how you guys are doing. I genuinely want to know. So if you're willing to comment on how things are going, feel free to do that. I know for us, it has been okay the first initial like 2 weeks of quarantine, but these last 2 weeks, this is our fourth week in quarantine, it's been rough. It's been really hard, and we just got notice that we are supposed to be in quarantine for at least another 2 months, so until May 30th. So I'm like, this is just crazy because I'm personally losing it, and I'm a people person. I do like to be with my family and friends, so I'm missing everyone, and it has been hard to keep my mood and my spirits up. So I have a couple things to share with you in regards to supplements, a couple things I've been doing to help keep my mood a little bit more balanced during this crazy, crazy time. So I will just share that with you right now. Hey everyone, thanks for joining. Yeah, so it's been a little bit tough. Actually, yesterday or April 2nd, I don't even know what day it is anymore. April 2nd is the anniversary, the 1 year anniversary of my grandpa's passing. And so it was a really hard time because we actually had planned like a little memorial mass and a kind of get together with our family to kind of like be together during that time, and that obviously wasn't able to happen either. So it's been really hard. I find like just knowing that there is almost so far like no foreseeable end to this has been really tough for sure. So something I've been doing as far as supplements go to help with my mood, and it's helped a lot. I have had depression in the past and anxiety, so I do have to be careful because I know that if I'm not doing certain things to support my body, I can easily slip in and out of depression and anxiety. So I've been doing 5-HTP. I'm gonna actually see if I can comment some of this stuff down. Hold on, guys. I don't even know if I can do that. Let's see. I don't know if YouTube lets me comment. Yeah, I guess I can't comment. I was going to try to comment some of the supplements, but I'll just try to link them after the video. So 5-HTP is something I've been taking to help with my mood, and it's works really well because it helps to increase those dopamine levels in the body. And so I've been taking that every day, especially these last 2 weeks, because I just am like, I feel like I'm going crazy, and it's something you guys can do to just boost your mood, and it honestly makes you happier. It's a great supplement to take, and it does help with sleep as well because it balances your hormones a little bit more. Hold on, I'm just going to restabilize this. Just give me a second. Okay, so it does balance hormones a little bit. So I've been taking it not just for mood, but for sleep as well. And so that's something that works really well. Before I go into a couple other supplements and answer any questions that you guys have, I do want to let you know I do have a giveaway right now for a big tub of Cod Liver Oil capsules. So it's over on my Instagram. The link for the actual giveaway post is in the description of this video, so you can check that out. And there's not a lot you have to do to enter. During this time, I know like financially it's really hard on a lot of people, and I'm hoping that this is a really good immune supporting supplement, like these essential fats, and I'm hoping that it can help one of you. And as soon as this giveaway completes, I'll be doing a second giveaway after that for another tub. So I'll be giving away 2 tubs of that. I would love to do sorry guys, I would love to do more, which I will be doing in the future, but this has been a hard time for us too because, and I'm sure most of you guys can relate to this, but my husband got laid off, and then as far as my business goes, a lot of clients were just not able to like financially afford any more help right now just because they got laid off. So both of our businesses have taken a hit, and so it has been hard financially, and I'm sure so many of you are in the same boat. So we're just doing our little part to try to help. We've been giving away a lot of like food and things like that to local food banks because they are really depleted right now as well. So we're just doing what we can. And like I said, I'll have more giveaways coming for you guys, but there is an active one right now. So make sure you guys, after this video, head there and enter if you can. So 5-HTP is one of the biggest supplements that I've been taking. I'm trying to open up comments here. Yeah, it's definitely been an adjustment. How are we doing fitness at home? Good question. So I always worked out at home. I used to go to a gym for a good 4 or 5 years, but after having kids, it's really hard to get out with them. So I've been working out from home actually for the past maybe, 4 years-ish, 4 or 5 years. But my husband has been going to a gym and his gym closed, obviously. So he has kind of fallen back a little bit as far as his fitness goes, but because he's not used to working at home, but he has been doing so much physical work around the property. We have a big property and he's been doing so much work. So he's been getting his fitness in that way. For me, it hasn't really changed. I do like 3 days a week, usually, sometimes 2, depending on how busy I am. I will do weighted workouts. So usually I do supersets where I'm doing, for example, say I'm doing lower body, it'll be like glute, hamstring, quads, and it'll be things like deadlifts and glute bridges and lunges and squats and that kind of stuff. And I'll just do supersets of that, which usually lasts about 40 minutes. And then another 2 to 3 days of the week, I will do HIIT workouts, which I actually usually just follow along on YouTube. They have like really, really good 20-minute HIIT workouts on YouTube, and I love those kind of workouts. They're great for weight loss. So I follow 2 channels. One is Fitness Blender. I can't comment it down because it won't let me comment, but Fitness Blender is the first channel, which I love. They have great stuff, but I also really like Heather Robertson, I think, Robertson on YouTube. She also has good workouts. So I usually follow one of those 2 pages, and I'll do about a 20-minute HIIT workout 2 times a week. It's definitely, for me, hasn't changed because I'm used to working at home, but I know if you are used to working out at a gym or with someone else, it might be like harder to get that motivation to work out at home. So even if you can't do like a full out workout, even if it's just like 10 minutes a day, when you start doing 5 to 10 minute HIIT workouts every day or even every other day, you'll start to get back into your zone and you'll find it easier to work out going forward. Oh, I hope you love the Thieves hand sanitizer. We use it everywhere. Yesterday I went out to the store, so I took the sanitizer with me, and I always spray down like our steering wheel, anything I'm touching. So steering wheel, car doors, hands, shopping carts. It works really, really well. I posted the recipe for those who don't have it. I posted the recipe on my blog, holisticspring.com. So if you just go holisticspring.com and click the blog tab, you'll see my hand sanitizer recipe, which is all natural and extremely effective as well. Best essential oils for the thyroid. I don't really use essential oils for the thyroid because I guess if you're looking at Hashimoto's or any thyroid imbalance, that's coming from internally. So you need to do things internally to fix that. I'm sure there are some oils maybe you can just apply topically, but it won't do much to like fix the thyroid. It'll just be more to help with relaxation and anxiety that might be a result of thyroid imbalance. I'm going to actually get into a couple essential oil roller bottle mixtures that I've made that have been helping me during this time as well. So I'll do that shortly. Where's the bleach? Stores are out. I don't know because I don't use bleach, so I can't help you with that one. Let me see. Oh, okay. What supplements could be most beneficial for psoriasis and eczema? Because stress during this time makes it worse. Yeah, if you want to keep your stress in balance, astragalus, which again I can't type for you guys, but hopefully you can type it out. Astragalus and medicinal mushrooms like reishi, lion's mane, chaga, cordyceps will be your best friends during this time because they help to modulate stress and the immune system as well. So hopefully like minimize or prevent a flare. You also can do lots of vitamin C, which is highly recommended. I know it's so expensive right now because it's kind of like on back order and in high demand, but definitely some vitamin C as well. Before I answer the other questions, I want to show you something that has been working really well for me. Not just for my like hormones and things like that, but I think my husband's home. Hopefully he doesn't like make so much noise. I'm on YouTube live. Okay. Sorry guys. And the kids are downstairs if you're wondering. So yeah, so something that's been helping with my sleep, and I find this works for psoriasis, eczema, any autoimmune as well. If you're not getting sufficient sleep, you're going to have severe hormonal imbalances, and your immune system gets really dysfunctional. So for me, I've been using melatonin. So this is, I don't even know if you guys can see this clear or not. Let's see if I can focus this. Just give me a sec. Okay, so I don't know if this is any better. Melatonin spray. I don't know if like I'm allowed to focus on live or not, but yeah, so this is from Genestra, and this is something that I don't take every day. I've shared this on Instagram already. This is something that I'm doing when I feel I need that extra support with sleep. I've been more on the computer during this time, just, for more work and trying to, do blog posts and things like that. So I find that the screen, the blue light, the Wi-Fi, all that does kind of mess up with my my hormones a little bit and my sleep. So I've been taking this more recently, and the dosage here is only 3 sprays. I've been doubling it to 6 sprays a night, and it works really well for me because I've always had issues with insomnia and kind of staying asleep. I'm always waking up and that kind of stuff. So this has helped me to just kind of knock me out. So it works really well. And I do recommend you taking this. This is actually something that's part of my immune protocol. I was working with last year with an immunology doctor, and he kind of told me to add this into my protocol because he was using it in his, and he was saying clients who have any immune issues, or who are sick or anything like that, they should be on melatonin, because it helps them sleep, and it really, really does help reduce some of that inflammation in the body. So if you have trouble sleeping, make sure you're on this. You want good quality sleep. And then the other thing that I've been doing to help myself sleep is at nighttime, I have this really little cute essential oil roller bottle. And all I did was added a little bit of almond oil, which you can also use jojoba or olive oil, whatever you like. And I put a couple drops of lavender essential oil. And I also put a couple drops of chamomile, and also a blend from Young Living called Stress Away. It has a combination of essential oils in that blend that are also helping to reduce stress. And so I put this on the bottoms of my feet, down my spine, and even on my wrists when I go to bed. And this also helps just like relax me and calm me down. So this is another blend that I have been doing, which works well. So those are 2 things that I have been doing to help sleep. And I think it's something you guys should try as well, just to help keep your immune system healthy. As soon as you stop sleeping well, that's when your immune system gets so weakened and you're susceptible to so many different viruses and pathogens. So make sure you have good quality sleep. Another thing that I've been doing, which is almost empty, but I have liquid coconut oil in this one. And I added in a little bit of that Stress Away again, but I also did a lot of citrus. So there's grapefruit, tangerine, and lemon. And what I did with that is I put this on my temples and on my wrists during the day. And this helps kind of like lift your spirits. There were several studies done on citrus like scents and oils that show when you breathe in or inhale citrus scents, it actually lifts up your spirits and people are actually happier. Whereas if you're breathing in more sweet scents like vanilla or something like that, you actually feel a little bit more depressed, which is very interesting. So we all know, and I've talked about this, and I'm sure this is kind of common sense for you guys too, that having those citrus scents will definitely make you feel better. So this is something I've been doing with the 5-HTP to help boost my like spirits so I don't get like that depression. And it's worked really, really, really well. If you can't, like if you're sensitive to oils and you can't put them on your skin, you can just diffuse them and you'll get the same benefits from breathing them in. And that was like I pinched my skin, by the way, yesterday when I was moving patio stones. So don't mind that dot there. It's hopefully going to go away soon. So this is something, like I said, I've been using with 5-HTP and has been helping amazingly well for me. So those are some kind of like side remedies that I've been doing to help with mood, with stress, and this all helps psoriasis and eczema. So it's kind of like a long-winded answer to your question, but it's been helping with just keeping my immune system in balance and helping my stress and my mood and my sleep. So those are a couple things. And then the other things you want to do for psoriasis, it's pretty complicated, but I've had many videos on this already where you're doing like major liver and kidney drainage, and you want to do a colon drainage. So antifungals and colon supplements to help detoxify the colon. There's a lot of steps. When you have autoimmune, it means your body's heavily out of balance. And it's not simple like 1 or 2 supplements to fix that. You got to go to like the cellular level and rebalance everything from square one. So it's quite a process. There are a lot of steps, but I do have some videos on it if you're interested on my channel. Just opening other stuff here. And oh, sorry. I'm always moving this. Let's see. Oh, that must be hard too. Oh my goodness. So it says my mother's living with me now. She has 6 months to live. That's awful. And you know what? It's like such a challenging time for people, and I'm sorry, that that's happening right now for you. I know a few people myself who are close to us who have family members who have coronavirus, like a different province, but who have coronavirus, and they can't go and see their loved ones because they have to like stay away. And it's just the most, the weirdest time, because they know that they're going to pass away, probably they're elder people, and they can't be with them, and just having like that time limit and knowing that you can't see them, it's so hard. And it's just a crazy time. But I hope that at least these next 6 months that you have with your mom are memorable, and you can, make the most of it, even though it's not a fun time. Which cod liver oil do you recommend? So the one I recommend is the one from Genestra. There's either a liquid, it's called Cod Liver Forte, which if you don't like the taste of cod liver oil, it doesn't really have a taste, but it has like that fatty, like that oil in your mouth. So if you don't like that, then you can use a capsule, which is called Super EFA capsule, and that's the one I'm giving away. So if you click that link in the description box, you'll see the brand that I'm talking about. Best time to take activated charcoal, vitamin C, D, A, and zinc. So charcoal, I always like taking it at night, right before bed, away from everything else. So 3 hours after dinner and supplements, just completely away. And that is great to just detoxify while you're sleeping. And then any vitamins, especially fat soluble, you have to take with food, because they need fat to actually absorb in the body. So you can do all of the C, the Ds, the As with food, including your zinc. If you're using liposomal forms of supplements, you want to do those away from food. So if you're doing liposomal vitamin C, that would usually be about half hour before food. And that the reason for that is because the liposomal is already broken down. It's lipid soluble, so you don't want it to interfere with any food. You want it to just be able to enter your cells. And so that's why you would do the vitamin C before food. But if it's regular, like ascorbic acid, you can do that with food as well. So how can I remove parasites from my body? So I have many parasite cleansing videos. I also have, if you click the link in the description box of this video, I have a link with my ebooks, and I have a Candida and Parasite Cleanse all-inclusive guide in there, and you get supplements for Candida and parasites, as well as homeopathics for the liver and things like that. So maybe check out that book. That might help guide you if you're not sure what you should be doing. And there's also a lot of really good recipes in there. And on the topic of ebooks, I don't know if you guys have heard, but I released a new ebook. It's a homeopathic first aid guide. And so in that book, if you go click the link also in the description with that ebook, and you scroll down to like the description of that ebook, you'll see all the different topics, and I kind of broke it up into alphabetical order. So you'll have things like anxiety, depression, constipation, diarrhea, fractures, ear infections, what else? So many things. Measles, mumps, anything that you can think of is in there, and there's remedies for every personality type in that book. So it's so easy. You literally, if your child, say, has an ear infection, you just go to the ear infection page. There's several remedies. You just select the best one that you think fits your child's description, and then you just take that, and it tells you the dosage and the potency and everything. So it's an awesome book that I put together. That is in the description. And with it, I also I put together a homeopathic first aid kit. So a little kit that has all the most important remedies and ointments that are suggested in that book. So you can also have that on hand. So if you do need one of the remedies, they're easy to grab. You have them. And homeopathics last about 3 years, like shelf life. So they won't go bad quickly. So that's something you guys can check out. What else do we have? Sorry, it keeps going to the top, so I have to scroll to see where I left off. When taking vitamin D, do you need to take calcium to help absorb the vitamin D? You don't really need to, no, but you do need to take vitamin D with food, again, because it's fat soluble. So make sure you have fat in your meal, and you can take that. A lot of people think you have to have calcium and vitamin K to absorb it. It might help, but you definitely don't have to have it. My feet are sleeping. So yeah, you can just take it without If you have calcium and you have to be on calcium, then you can take them together, but they don't have to be. Not really a health question, but how have you been doing? Quiet time, reading, praying, etc. You know what? This time has been a little bit more challenging for us because normally I would have my mom babysit the kids on Tuesdays. She would take them whole day Tuesdays so I can get a lot of stuff done on Tuesdays. And then also Wednesdays and Sundays would be with the family. So I usually would have quite a bit of help. Now that I don't, we are a little bit more busy and it's a lot louder. So I actually feel like my prayer life and reading and quiet time has kind of gone down a bit, which has been a little bit challenging. So that's just kind of like where I'm at because I do homeschool my kids as well, but they also are stuck home. They can't, go out or anything. So they're here all day, every day, and I don't have help. So that's where I feel like for me personally, I haven't had time to read. I actually bought, where is it? Somewhere down here. So I got this book, which I started reading the first maybe couple chapters of, and then I haven't been able to finish it or even continue because it's been so crazy during this quarantine. So I don't have much tips for you there. If you don't have kids, it might be a little bit easier, but if you do, it's just you're with them all the time now because they're not in school or they're not with babysitters or daycare, so it's harder to find that time for sure. Do you think detoxing with 100% fruits and herbs can really kill all the viruses, fungals, and diseases? That's a huge claim. I'm not going to comment on that. Nothing will 100% do anything, not even drugs. What you're trying to do when you're on natural remedies is to just bring the body back into balance. So you can never have a phase in your life where you are 100% pathogen free. There's no such thing. There's always going to be, even if you completely somehow manage to clear every tiny bit of pathogens in the body, as soon as you touch a table or breathe in air, you're going to have these pathogens back in your body. So you can never 100% do anything. But they're supposed to help significantly reduce the toxic load in the body by, killing parasites or fungus or whatever, so that your body's better equipped and has a little bit more energy to then clear out what's left and bring the body back into balance. Your body can do everything on its own, but sometimes when you're just really toxic and inflamed, it gets to a point where it can't, kill all the pathogens. It's so overrun. And so you knocking it back a bit with natural remedies then lets your immune system have a break and it can come back and kind of do things on its own, if that makes sense. But no, you cannot 100% do anything with anything. There's no substances out there that will do that. Did a week long of intermittent fasting, just bone broth powder, coconut oil, and tea. Felt amazing, but then broke out on the back of my hands really, really bad. Depending, I don't know what conditions you have, but if you have autoimmune or any inflammatory condition and you're on bone broth, it can be quite histamine forming. So it can actually trigger a histamine response, which can then trigger rashes and things like that. The other thing is that if you weren't reacting negatively to the histamine, you might just be having a major detoxification reaction in the body from not eating any sugar or eating any solid foods. So that could also be it. It could be a major detox reaction or just a major histamine reaction to the bone broth. It's hard to know, especially without having your history. Protein, carnivore keeps your body healthy, but then I hear it's more of an alkaline system. So I think you're asking if the carnivore diet is a healthier way to go. In my opinion, absolutely not. I find that if people are eating really bad foods and lots of sugar and toxic foods, and then they switch to just a carnivore diet, they're getting rid of a lot of that sugar, and so they might initially feel better, but absolutely not. It's not something I highly do not recommend doing. If you're going through these if you're really acidic already and you're going through these initial weeks, any shift you make in your diet, you'll notice improvement as long as you're cutting out sugar. But then when you start to stay in that carnivore phase where you're just eating so much meat, it is extremely hard on the stomach, and it's so acidic that your body just goes really, really acidic, and you'll notice your joints and your bones will start to hurt and get thinner because the minerals will be pulling out from your bones and anywhere in your body to just keep dumping into your blood to keep you alkaline. So it's not, in my opinion, at all a healthy diet. That is just my opinion, but there's also significant research that shows how acidic animal protein is. So it's something I think you should have in moderation rather than the dominant staple in your diet. 6-week-old baby has acid reflux. Any food I should avoid or things I should be giving her? For example, avoid milk and eggs. Um, it's great you're giving her probiotics. It's hard to know. She could have like a hiatal hernia or whatever. It's really hard to know what's happening, but there might be something that she is eating that she's sensitive to, or that's in the breast milk that she's sensitive to. So I would say definitely avoid sugar, avoid nightshades. I find like things like cayenne, for example, or spicy foods or peppers can cause a little bit of that reflux, and avoid anything acidic like fatty food like olive oils and that kind of stuff as well. Just soft foods like if she's say on formula or breast milk, you kind of want to eat foods that are just like easy to digest. So you should be eating more softer foods as well. And then hopefully that in turn for her kind of helps relax her stomach a little bit. There's other like supplements and things you can do, but without knowing like any history, I can't really recommend them. If your detoxing breakout is common as the acid is detoxing through the skin. Yeah, typically it's not so much the acid is, in a sense, yes. So when you are on supplements and you're killing candida or parasites, or you're pushing toxins out from your cells into your bloodstream, you have a huge surge of toxicity within the blood, and your body can't have toxins in the blood like that because it will pass through your vital organs like your heart and cause severe damage. So what your body will do is try to get rid of it. It'll try to dump it through liver and kidneys. But for most people, if you're living in this world today, there's almost a really, really good chance that your liver and kidneys are highly overwhelmed from toxins. And so if they can't exit through liver and kidneys via urine and stool, they will have to be pushed out through a secondary pathway, either the skin or mucous membranes, or something like that. So it is common to have a detox reaction if you're not doing it safely. I say never, ever, ever detoxify unless you are doing liver and kidney support. It's just something that you don't want to do. You put your body under so much stress and inflammation if you don't do that. And so that's where that detox reaction comes from. I'm going to sign off in a couple minutes, just answering these last couple. Thank you for everything you do. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much for your support. I see parasites on my vision and I have joint inflammation. I'm not sure what you mean. Joint inflammation is coming from usually being too acidic. Poor kidney function mainly is a huge factor for that, and really bad immune dysregulation. I mentioned a couple weeks back that I'm working on a video about the Th17 immune system, and that's still in the works. It's just a lot of information that I'm trying to compile for you guys in a way that's easy to understand, but also trying to get a lot of visuals put together and things like that. So it's been a work in progress, and now having kids around me all day, I haven't had as much time to work on it, but I'm still working, and it will come out soon, and it will explain a lot more about autoimmune and joint inflammation and things like that, as far as your immune system goes. So hopefully that can help maybe explain a little bit more. Oops, almost dropped the phone. Favorite podcasts. Also, what plants are best for air detoxing? Okay, so podcasts are something that are on my to-do list. It's something that I've wanted to do for so long, but I don't have time. So if you guys have any podcast recommendations, please tell me. Okay, comment them down below because I would love to. I'm happy to hear like anything, maybe even about health and stuff like that. I know Dr. Axe has a new podcast that's great. I believe Dr. Osborne has a good podcast as well. These are health related though, and what's his name? Dr. Hyman as well has a podcast, I'm pretty sure. So those are three maybe check out for now, but that's something that I would love to get into. And then best plants for detox. I can try to take you guys around and show you some plants. Maybe I'll do that before I sign off on the video. I don't really know specifically what plants are best for detoxing, but I can show you what we have. We try to just get plants that have a lot of leaves and that are very green. The greener the plant, the more leaves that it has, the more oxygen and carbon dioxide it's like filtering, right? So usually if you have like a tiny succulent, it's not going to do as much as a nice leafy green tree, for example. But that's something I would say maybe try to look into more. Maybe there's a list on Google of the most, beneficial plants for cleaning the air. I have Margaret Reed about vitamin C. If you go on holisticspring.com, click the blog tab and scroll down, or even just search vitamin C in the search bar, you will find an article where I talk all about the different forms of vitamin C, exactly how much you should take, how to take them, when to take them. It's a really good article. So I'm going to have you kind of go there and send you there just to save a little bit of time here, re-explaining that. Thank you guys so much for joining. Okay, so you're very welcome. Okay, so thank you guys for joining. Looking here, I think I'm at the bottom. What causes chest inflammation? So this is the last question I'm going to answer, and then I'll try to show you a couple plants. Chest inflammation, the biggest thing is something that's within your system or your environment that is triggering the immune system to come in and essentially damage your lung tissue. So most likely you're looking at some kind of fungal overgrowth or some sort of pathogen. I find it's most commonly molds. You breathe in mold spores, or you have mold in your body and it goes to your mucous membranes, which are your hollow spaces, urinary tract, vaginal tract, intestinal system, lungs. These are hollow spaces in the body which get inoculated repeatedly with fungal overgrowth or mold or some kind of pathogen. And so when you have those in your system, then your immune system says something is there that shouldn't be there. Let's all go and clean that out. And so your immune system rushes in and creates a lot of inflammation. And that's what triggers chest inflammation or pain or congestion. There are other triggers like pollen, for example, environmental triggers, but these also, if you, for example, are sensitive to pollen, when you're breathing in spores, same idea, it goes into the body. Your body says, I don't know what you are. It creates antibodies against that lung tissue, and then your immune system starts to damage that lung tissue. Glutathione is amazing for the lungs to help keep them healthy. So if you can supplement with liposomal glutathione, vitamin C is great as well. Medicinal mushrooms like reishi, lion's mane, chaga, these are great supplements to take, but you do have to get to the root cause and see, well, where is it coming from? There's so many, I guess, factors that it could be stemming from. So you have to kind of look into that, but always essentially anywhere in the body where there's inflammation, it's your immune system has gone in there and created inflammation for a reason. There's usually something it doesn't like. So I hope that helps. Okay, the one thing, I'm gonna try to show you a couple plants. So we have plants all over our house. I'm not gonna take you all around because a lot of my house is a mess, to be honest. I'm gonna show you a couple that we have up here. I love flowers, so what we usually tend to do is in our main living space, we do have a lot more like flowers, like orchids and things, because they look beautiful. And then in bedrooms and the basement and stuff, we have more trees and just more like greenery, I guess. So I'm going to show you here first this tree, and I don't know names. I'm apologizing ahead of time. I'm just gonna see if there's a way to switch the camera. There we go. So this is the first plant, which he's doing not good. So he didn't get sun for a while because we were on vacation, and then the kids came and spun the plant, and so the leaves, you can see on the edges, where they're brown, they were actually touching the wall. So we pulled it away from the wall and we spun the tree around so that these guys maybe will come back to life. He's doing really sad, but this is the first tree. We have one downstairs in my house, which is the same one, and it's beautiful and thriving. So this guy just needs a little bit of love. But there's that one, and then there's also this one here. This, I believe, is called a spider plant or something. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. Actually, maybe it's not. I lied. I forgot what it was called. But this is another one that we have. So you have like these ones here. And then here I have like orchids. So I have orchids all over my house as well. Okay, so I'm going to show you this one here too. Guys, don't mind my messy house here. Okay, so here is, see, like coats everywhere stuff. This is calla lily. So this is the kind of plants like this, like I said, we'll have up here because it's just, you know, beautiful. It makes the house look nice, but there is still greenery here. And then another one that I have, I want to say this is a sword plant, but I don't know because my husband finds these plants and then he's just like tells me the names, but I don't usually pay attention, to be honest. So this is another one. I have another one. There's a bunch in our room, a bunch in the kids' rooms, lots downstairs, which I won't go down because the kids are there, but lots of different plants. Here is another one. Oh, hold on. Okay, so there's two. This one's in a macrame, so it's in like this hanging thing, which we're going to hang in my daughter's room. But I think this is what was called a spider plant, to be honest. And then this one is eucalyptus, which I've shown before as well. Very, very beautiful. We just bought it. It looked terrible from the greenhouse, so we bought this and we're trying to balance it out again. My husband's been pruning it and stuff. So we have eucalyptus, which goes in the bathroom. So just little plants everywhere. And then, okay, last one I'm going to show you guys, and I think this is another spider plant. Just give me a second. Oh, okay, so there we go. This is one here that we just hung, and we have to putty the ceiling because we couldn't find the stud, so we had to keep drilling, and it was just crazy. Anyways, we're gonna be putting that tonight, but this is another spider plant that we hung in our room, which I believe is spider as well. So there you have it. Like I said, we have a lot more, but those are just some of the main ones. We have a bunch of trees downstairs, a couple more orchids around the house because those are one of my favorites, but that's it for plants. We have just try to have a couple in every room. I'm just opening up comments. Okay. Oh, a snake plant. I think, yes, that's what it's called. Thank you, Kiki. That's definitely what it's called. Okay, so guys, I'm going to sign off. Thank you everyone for joining. It was nice to just chat with you guys and just see how everyone's been doing during this crazy time. I hope you guys all stay safe, stay healthy, stay well. One other thing I want to say before I sign off is I just made a post on Instagram yesterday. There's a picture of like a cup of green tea, and in there I shared a couple studies that showed the effectiveness of zinc and some other like quercetin and things like that against the coronavirus. So check out that post on my Instagram. I think it'll benefit you guys a lot if you're interested in that. So the link for my Instagram and all that will be in the description box below. But thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you have a great weekend. Again, stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy your loved ones during this time. Bye.